I am not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in the UK test, part 496, while doing ground yoga. And if you participate in the ground yoga, that is at your own risk. This video will be, so this video is again about the Second World War. And we already prepared, we want to shoot now a separate video, while we're shooting that video, about the Dunkirk, the evacuation of Dunkirk. Or we could also call the Dunkirk spirit. Because that is not very much about the military aspects, it's just an explanation of what happened. And we already prepared it, so I'm going to go fastly about the facts here again. 1940, Nazi Germany was advancing through France. British and French troops who were defending France retreated, and they were then trapped on the western coast at Dunkirk on the beach. And now small pleasure boats or fishing boats helped the Navy to evacuate them, and 300,000 people were saved. And that gave rise to the phrase, the Dunkirk spirit. And the people got hope for it, and the phrase, the Dunkirk spirit. But we use then also that the phrase is used, the Dunkirk spirit. I think it can express it both ways. Okay, let's try to shoot it. I have a second camera running, and there we try to make a little intro video of what we have learned here about the Dunkirk, the evacuation of Dunkirk. In 1940, during the Second World War, Nazi Germany was advancing fast through France, and the British and French troops who were defending France retreated and were then trapped at the western coast of France near Dunkirk. And now the Navy was trying to save these people, but also many people with small pleasure boats and fishing boats sailed from Britain out to Dunkirk over and evacuated the soldiers there. 300,000 soldiers were saved that way. And the phrase, the Dunkirk spirit, is there. And that is according to the Life in UK Test Handbook, page 49. I saw the movie, the Dunkirk, and they had also boats with motors, so not just sailing boats. But okay, we will continue for 3-4 minutes maybe before we do the ground yoga. I'm going to stop the camera first. And we have 2-3 minutes for ground yoga. Before we're going to do the ground yoga, we want to do a video about the Battle of Britain. We're going to do a big Second World War video at the end. So, the Battle of Britain. Hitler wanted to invade Britain. I will go around that sentence because, and I think we had over 490 parts previously, 495 parts previously. I avoided to talk about it, but the point is basically, I believe that, and it is not that I believe it, I believe it, I heard it also, but Hitler did not try to invade Britain. And it would make also a lot of sense, militarily. Germany was advancing through tanks to Poland and the other countries, and to the east of Europe, to Italy and Greek, all with tanks, and also in Africa with tanks. Yes, there is the Strait of Gibraltar, but that's a completely different thing. The German army was built on tanks. They used the Air Force a lot in Poland and so on. And of course it was necessary to defeat the British air troops, the Royal Air Force. But the whole way how Germany's army was built, that did not look like invading Britain. And it was nothing set up really to invade Britain. And also, if Germany would have won the Battle of Britain, they had nothing there to start an invasion. That wouldn't have happened. So, and that's basically the fact, not really facts, I cannot speak really of facts here, but these are the things I more or less heard about the German militaristic situation then. And I heard also people a couple of times saying that it was not really planned, or not at that point, planned to invade Britain. It was the idea to defeat Britain with the Air Force. I don't know if Hitler actually wanted to invade Britain. Now they say that here at the beginning in the first sentence. So they seem to know more. They probably did not just wrote that like Hitler wanted to invade. Yes, he wanted to conquer everything. But I don't think there was any profound planning in invading Britain. If you look what the D-Day was, how much the Allied forces had to plan to land in Normandy. Germany had planned, I don't think, anything of that. I don't know, maybe there was planning, and certainly that idea came up, and certainly Hitler wanted to invade Britain. Yes, he wanted everything. But there was no profound planning like the D-Day. They had not built swimming harbors. They had not all that, I think. I never heard of that they had. I heard always the opposite, that it was not planned to conquer England or Britain. So the first sentence, here's written, Hitler wanted to invade Britain. We take it as it is. You can take it anyway, however we want. We will keep on that point on. I already said we're going to do something to the Battle of Britain. Maybe we'll do actually some research into that point. Did Hitler wanted actually to invade Britain, and did he actually plan to do it? Not just the idea. Of course, he has the idea, and he wanted to do it. If it's possible, he would have done it. And he did also cross the Strait of Gibraltar and also islands in the Mediterranean Sea. And also, I don't think the Scandinavian countries were done about Finland, so there was also, and air was used, Air Force in Poland and other countries. It's just, they starting with he wanted to invade Britain. All I heard about the Second World was said more like Britain was not really planned. But the Battle of Britain happened. And the war was in Britain. Bombs were dropped in Britain. So if anyone understands it's wrong, the war happened in Britain. Many British soldiers died, many civilians died. So if anyone understands it's wrong, war happened in Britain, and Hitler wanted to get Britain, of course. It's just it was not really planned militaristically. As far as I get, I don't know what the right term is. I had always the opposite. And I know of nothing which would have made it possible to invade Britain. The first step would have been, of course, to defeat the Air Force. But there was nothing set in place for the second step. Yes, I heard some other places. There's the movie Battle of Britain. I think it's from 1969 with Michael Caine in one of the leading roles, which is, by the way, not mentioned here by the great British actors. There, just for protocol, I heard that Germany wanted to invade Britain. Okay, we're going to keep on that, and we're going to do more to the Battle of Britain, not as part of this series, and we will maybe take into question, did Germany prepare an invasion of Britain, or Nazi Germany? No, we don't have time to prepare the video any longer to the Battle of Britain. We will do that in the next video. Now we're going to do the ground yoga. If you participate in that, sit down. We're sitting tall up, and we're breathing in, and out we're coming in front. Breathe in and come into the middle, and out and we're leaning back and making a round back. And again in into the middle, and out we're going in front. We're opening the chest to the sky. Again in. If you're just here for second word, you can go directly to the next video. We will just do ground yoga now. And back around back. Again in into the middle. And out in front, on the chest to the sky. Again, in into the middle. And now we're doing circles. We're going to the side and in front, up the chest. And we're going back, make a round back. Again in front, open the chest. And again back, round back. And another round in front, open the chest. And back, round back. And we change our direction, we're going back. And in front, up the chest to the sky, and back. Again in front, open the chest, and back. And the last round. And we're coming back into the middle. Now we're going to the tabletop position, the hands underneath the shoulders, and the knees underneath the hips. We're bringing one hand into the middle, and we're bringing one arm through, and we're leaning down to our shoulder. Now breathe in and open one arm to the sky. And breathe out, bring the arm behind the back. And in with the arm up. And out the arm in front. In and the arm up. Out Out the arm behind the back. In the arm up. Out the arm front. In the arm up. And we're coming back up. And I was saying to the other side. One hand into the middle, and we bring the other arm through, and we're lying down on the wash. Now we're breathing in and lifting the arm up, and out we're bringing the arm behind the back. And in the arm up, and out the arm short. In and the arm up, and out the arm behind the back. In the arm up, out the arm short. In the arm up, out the arm down, and we're coming up. Now we're going to the downward facing dog. Try to make a straight back. And we alternate bending the knees. Bend just one knee and straight, and stretch just one leg. And both legs straight. And we're doing the bobslide. We're going into high plank. And we're going back. And again in front. Breathe in and go back. And out in front. And in. And out. And in. And out. And we go back into the downward facing dog. And now we're walking up. And we're still hanging down. We're doing the marmot. Bend your right knee and stretch your left leg. Breathe in and change. And out and stretch your right leg. Again in and change. And out and bend your right leg. Again in and change. And out and stretch your right leg. In and both legs straight. And out and down. Now we're doing the penguin. Breathe in and open the right arm to the sky. And breathe out, bend the left knee and look to the right hand. Again in and the arm down. And breathe out, both legs straight, both arms down. Again in and lift up, left arm to the sky. Out and bend the right knee, look over the left shoulder to the left hand. Again in and change, in and down. And out, just down. And we're doing the pelican. Make a hand of space between the toes, between the feet. Shift the weight to the heels. And breathe in and we're going down. And out again. Again in and down. And out and down. Again in and down. And out and down. And the last time in and down. And out and down. Take hold on the elbows. The table sheet's counterweight, and we are gently swinging from side to side. And both arms again down, both feet together. We're walking in front to the downwards facing dog again. Now we're doing the stretching dog, we're coming up onto the toes. And again down. We're going down into tabletop and sitting back into child's pose. Mid to the ground, I thank you very much and